Hi YouTube. How's life in the fast lane? Normally when I introduce a video, you know, we have to tiptoe around political correctness on YouTube sometimes, and you have to do a big intro and explain the pros and cons of your argument just to keep everybody happy and whatever. But I think when I mention the Catholic Church, I don't think that I have to prove anything.
Archbishop Dermot Martin on the budget, abortion and gay marriage. But first, the role of the Roman Catholic Church in public discourse in this country, as we explore the potentially divisive issues such as same-sex marriage and legislating in the wake of the expert review on the X case, and what role the Church might better play in helping the disadvantaged. We'll be joined in a few minutes by the Archbishop of Dublin, Dermot Martin. But first, to help us set the agenda, we have on our audience some self-declared Catholics who've got things to say about the way they find their church these days.
Why, after all that it's been through, and especially the fucking Catholic Church in Ireland, I mean, it's like they're going to invite on the Archbishop of Dublin. Now, for a legal disclaimer, I'm not going to call him a paedophile, but he's certainly legally defined as a representative of a church and an organisation that has been convicted of mass paedophilia. But he's going to be invited on to talk. He's going to be invited on to talk. And every other Catholic in that audience should be ashamed of themselves as well. They should. They should distance themselves from it. I mean, they're all a la carte anyway. I'm not going to bore you with all the comments, but let's go directly to the king of the paedophiles. Sorry, he's not a paedophile himself. He's never been convicted. But just let's say he represents the paedophiles.
Well, let us welcome our special guest tonight. Put your hands together, please, for the Archbishop of Dublin, Dermot Martin. You're very welcome.
Special guest.
Thank you very much.
King of the paedophiles.
All right, we'll start on the most pressing business for many people in the land, and that's the budget. What was your own reaction to Budget 2013?
They started off talking about the latest austerity budget in the Republic of Ireland, everyone. And I just think that it's kind of absurd for me asking a cult leader of a bizarre religion to give perspectives on the economy of the country and the budget. Since when was the Archbishop given a doctorate in economics? Why is he here? Why is he being asked about the economy?
You charge where it's appropriate, but examining the facts rather than just knee-jerk reacting.
A lot of people would describe this country still as a Catholic country. How do you describe it?
It's very hard to know. Somebody said to me, if you ask you, is this evening is Ireland a Catholic country, what are you going to say? You can say it isn't, or it isn't as it was, or you can say it still is. Now, 84% of Irish citizens ticked the census form with Catholic. Less than 30% of the Catholics in the Dublin Archdiocese regularly attend, in any real sense of regularly attend Mass. What exactly are the other 54% saying? What are they saying? Obviously, there's quite a variety there. Is it simply historical bonds of affection with
cultural
the church?
Catholics?
Cultural Catholic. Is it simply that that they'll come for funerals
to be hatched, matched, or dispatched?
But the big problem is that the church itself isn't probably quite sure, not just about the 54% that's there, but even of the 30%. And you can see here this evening that within those who are actually active in church life, there's a huge range of divisions.
So of course everybody, this is a huge frustration, not just for Atheist Ireland or even British Humanist Association in recent census campaigns. Like the man said, 84%. Think about that. You know something, I'm not even blaming him on that front, right? I'm not even blaming him on that front. It's like 84% of people tick the box, I'm Catholic. And what did he say? Like 30% actually show up on a regular basis. It's you know something, I'm confused. What do you think of it? You let me know. It's just like, and I know I've covered this in other videos, but it's just like, are people such fucking hypocrite, liar assholes? Because obviously they are. Really, you know, and it's the people. Baptized, married, and buried, and they feel that they need this cult to do it. I mean, it's the people. The people. So, as for the title of this, Catholics are assholes. Catholics really are assholes. And the subtext of that, the backstory is that they're lying, hypocritical motherfuckers.
You can't please all the people all the time. I got the impression I wasn't pleasing anybody any of the time.
But you know what I mean? The church can be very outspoken, or at least as reported in the media, about the great social issues of the day. And we know Eamon Gilmore is talking about the big debate that's coming up about gay marriage. We've had, in the wake of the ex-review group report and indeed the tragedy of Savita Halappanavar, we've had abortion coming in. And you know, Bishop's been quite vocal and visible on those issues. I mean, is that the problem, that you get kind of corralled into?
There's a danger you could be corralled. I'd say, you know, one thing about the abortion issue in particular, that, you know, I saw somebody said this is going to be the mother of all battles, or social battles. I think it's a sign of a modern society that debates can be conducted in an appropriate way, and that people have the ability to speak out what they see as values, to be listened to with respect, and in no way to be demonizing people on either side.
The Archbishop sounds very rational and reasonable just then, right? That's the beauty of it. But that's politics, that's not religion. What did he say? I mean, if you think that the rules of the church are immutable, unchangeable, that's it, infallible. But they said, well, modern society has moved on. Because I'll tell you what, everybody out there, it's like 2012, yeah. But I remember really well, during the 80s in Ireland, in the 80s was the contraception debate. There were fucking legions of insane bitches outside family planning clinics with their rosaries saying novenas. Fact. So don't say to me, I don't believe this guy. Yes, it was true. And in the 90s, it was abortion and divorce and all those things up, and the church had us by the bollocks, and they would wheel in Mother Teresa every time they wanted. So it was kind of very blasé, a la carte, make it up as you go along. Even the Archbishop has softened his cough. You bring that motherfucker back to the 90s or the 80s, Mother Teresa standing by his side, I tell you, it was a different song.
The family is extremely important in society just now, the point you were making, that families have lots of responsibilities of looking after people, and if the family is weakened and is unable to carry out that socializing function and that caring function, then the society is weaker because of that.
Well, this is one of the problems that was brought up by the Savita case, and Praveen was talking about, in the case of his wife, save the bigger life. Yeah. And even the church, when it discusses saving the life of the mother when she is threatened with death, is actually, it would appear, saying there is a hierarchy.
I believe, you know, the church has never said that the life of the unborn has precedence over the mother, as some people say. But neither has the mother an automatic right to be superior to the unborn child. If a society begins to define first-class and second-class lives in terms of their right to respect, then you're going down a dangerous road.
But you did talk about the mother who might have other responsibilities at home, and how important and central the mother is. Child.
If a society starts beginning about first-class and second-class citizens or whatever, listen, Padre, Archbishop, you son of a bitch, king of the paedophiles. Catholics never prioritized. I'll tell you who you prioritized against. let me make this very fucking clear, Archbishop Diarmuid Martin, you fucking piece of shit. Catholics did prioritise about life. The first target was the Jews, as proven in Nazi Germany, and other cases, Spain, Italy, and pogroms all over the place. The second was Protestants. Their lives were meaningless, without value. And women were always easy targets. So don't come on now, Archbishop, and tell me that you ever gave a bollocks about people's lives. It was all about political power and populating the world with as many Catholics as possible. So the final point on this, everyone, you hear the presenter of the broadcast there, Pat Kenny. And when he says the bishops want, and he's trying to interject the bishops want, I mean, can you imagine this in a so-called modern fucking European democracy? And he's got this guy, as I started with, on a prime time program, prime viewing, the bishops want. I mean, it sounds like something from the fucking mafia. The bishops want. It sounds like something from fucking Robin of Locksley, Robin Hood. The Sheriff of Nottingham, the bishops want. I mean, it's medieval, isn't it? It's just incredible. I mean, you can invite religious people on, he says later on this, it's too painful, I'm not going to finish it, but he says later, well, I'm just an average citizen. That's what he actually said, the Archbishop. He's not. If he was just the average citizen, why would he be invited on a primetime TV show to give his opinions on the economy, on social change, like we should listen, like we should give a fuck? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.